So, Assassin's Creed Mirage came out the other day, and I've been playing the majority of it over on my stream. It's one of a few games that I care for this year, and I just wanted to give people a quick little review because why not? So, I'm just over 10 hours in, and a solid amount of the way through the main story, so I can't tell you how the end ties in with the story of Assassin's Creed as a whole, but I will say that it is a very good story. We play as Basim, an assassin we first saw in AC Valhalla. Set in 9th century Baghdad, Mirage's story sees how Basim grows from a civilian to his training, and finally how he operated in Baghdad with the Creed as they are against the Order of Ancients. The story is very solid, and I'm looking forward to finishing the story along with the tales of Baghdad. Assassin's Creed Valhalla left a sour taste in the mouths of Assassin's Creed fans as, in my opinion, you were barely an assassin. Mirage was originally set to be a DLC for Valhalla, but I'm happy the French Ubisoft studio took the concept and made it its own game and refined it. Stealth, parkour, combat are more like the old school games. The stealth and parkour are excellent. Now, the parkour may not be as good as Unity's, but it still ranks highly in my opinion. The French Ubisoft studio also fixed up the clunky stealth featured in Valhalla, which is a big thumbs up to them. Overall, this Bordeaux studio should just be given their own big AC game to make, as the majority of employees seem to be fans of the old school Assassin's Creed games that most people miss when compared to these RPG style type of games. The combat is also stripped back from the RPG games. Now, some may complain you can one hit after a parry, but it does take you back to the old AC games with that simplicity. Now, there are a couple of things I've wanted when playing. The weapon and armour variety are much more limited, and there's a focus on finding the schematics to upgrade them. It is like Valhalla, but you are just limited with the amount of them, which does annoy me slightly. Just like any AC game at launch, there are bugs. I usually have animals like donkeys glitch visually across my screen, which is pretty funny. The ability to speak to the shop NPCs also seems to take its time when trying to access them. I had to get a higher notoriety just to get one NPC's animation to stop to allow me to talk to them. The one major thing that Bordeaux kept is the engine from Valhalla. This is because the game was originally meant to be the DLC for Valhalla, but this engine still means that facial expressions look tight and a bit off. But looking, it seems like the studio did try a slight fix on release from what we originally saw from the Ubisoft event gameplay. The future of the Assassin's Creed franchise has promise. With the introduction of Bordeaux as a studio, to me is promising, as the Canadian studios have maybe lost their way with the franchise. We're finally getting an Assassin's Creed game set in Japan next year, which is something fans have been wanting for years. I think Mirage sort of set a precedent within Ubisoft with its attempt of going back to the roots of what made an Assassin's Creed game Assassin's Creed. Overall, Assassin's Creed Mirage 8 out of 10.